Hey everyone. I'll just wait rather, for a few more people to gather before I start the message. And as you can see above, the message is all about the fault finder entrepreneur meets the perpetual questioner. So what are these two, how these two relate to each other, and why are they so critical to understand when you seek to build greater energy around your intentions? And if you've just joined, great to see you. Kath Wharton, great to see you. And Sarah Jean, welcome. So there's two types that I'd like to talk to you about today: the fault finder entrepreneur and the perpetual questioner. Let's think about both of them when we are talking about intention. When we're talking about intention, which is my last two Facebook Lives have been about, honing, narrow banding, dialing into a deep level of intention within you. And if you've just joined, Liz O'Dwyer, great to see you. Big J and the Funky Bunch has just landed as well. Great to see you. So when we're thinking about our intention, we're thinking about our goals, we're thinking about our desires, we're thinking about the results, the richly rewarding life that we'd like to achieve, create, experience. There are two factors that work against you every single time as an entrepreneur. One is the fault finder. So you can hear absolutely none of the gems that I share or any of the other experts in the field share because you're too concerned with the minutiae, the distractions, the camera's not straight enough, the sound is not of greater quality, or even that this is moving behind me because there is a breeze catching it and it's distracting you. The fault finder will pick up mistakes, the spelling mistake, the poor lighting on someone's face, the distortion. They will not hear the wisdom that's been shared. It actually blocks them from ever experiencing their full potential because they are trying to correct the imperfections that they view of themselves in another. So that's the first thing that will always rip you off from experiencing and actualizing your deepest desires and your highest vision. The second one is the perpetual questioner. Now you may know of that person, okay? Maybe someone close to you. The perpetual questioner is someone that always questions the opportunity, the project, the tools, the strategy, the stepping stones, the technique, the information being shared. They are always questioning it. From a spiritual perspective, questioning is fine. From all perspectives, questions are fine, but it's the quality of the question that determines the quality of the answer, right? So if your questioning is perpetual to keep you distracted, is this really the right way, or is there another way to do it? Is this the best way to do it, or is there another way to do it? Is this the fastest way to do it, or is there another way to do it? Or can I just do this part and then leave, and then I can add my own little flavor in and see how far I get from there. And I can see that there's some hearts popping up as well, so great to see you, Liz, really good. And Jody, you've just joined, great to see you. So let's work to bring awareness to those aspects within ourselves. First, the fault finder entrepreneur. I don't like what they're wearing. I don't like how they sound. I don't like the lead-in to the conversation. I don't like the lighting. All these little minutiae things are distractions towards your intention. So when you MYOB, mind your own business, you are going to work on the self, perfecting your vision, your clarity, your intention, not anyone else's. Secondly, working on not being the perpetual questioner. If someone has attained results and you're looking to emulate their results, you can go about it your own way, or you may be looking for different results, whether it's peace or clarity or business expansion. It could be a 6, 7 or 8 figure or a 10-figure business. It could be a home. It could be a location independent lifestyle. Make your own path in the world, but the fastest path and the fastest process is someone else's. The fastest process to follow is someone else's who's already done that. And so choosing that person or choosing that tribe of people is important to get right at the beginning. Feel your way into it. But if you're constantly asking questions like, is this really what I have to do in order to achieve what I want? Then you're actually distracting yourself from your own highest vision. You're playing this beautiful little game which keeps you trapped on a hamster wheel and perpetually in a cycle of perpetuation. Okay, perpetual feelings of failure. And I'm going to hit home with it because over the last 2 weeks, as I've increased my communication, my Facebook Lives, I have not worried, is the scene right? Is the environment right? Is the message right? Am I saying too many ums or ahs? Am I getting my language, or am I articulating myself properly? I've just showed up, and I've showed up to fulfill a promise and a commitment that I made, which was to invest 30 days of sharing more of myself with you to get to know each other on a daily basis. And so what I observed is that some people are enrolled very deeply in conversation, and others are very much enrolled in fault. Where can I pick the fault out of it? Also, I'm enrolled in the question, well, what happens if this doesn't work? What happens if that technique doesn't work? What happens if sitting under a Bodhi tree and meditating doesn't work? What happens if going and sharing my voice with others doesn't make me feel heard? You'll never ever know unless you put one foot in front of the other and you back yourself and you trust the process. That is the fastest way to self-actualization. Trust the self, not externally. Don't trust outside of you, trust the self. So when you question another, you are questioning your own integrity, your own commitment, your own validity, and the power of your own intention. So I know I'm rambling on a little bit here, and it does form like a little bit of a rant, but I really, really, really would love to invite you into the simplicity of one. When you hear something and it sets your tuning fork off, it sets you alight, dial into it, go deeper into it. Move your energy towards understanding it more, and then move it as a concept or as an instrument or as a piece of knowledge into you more by acquiring the knowledge behind your initial understanding of it, which means invest some energy and time into it. All spiritual teachings do not rotate or operate in a single hearing. Okay, you'll never fully understand the depth of its wisdom in the first time you hear it, nor the hundredth time. The same is with business or entrepreneurship. And I encourage you to deepen your process, not expand your process, deepen it, okay? Because when you hear something that strikes a chord with you, whether it's a business model that you can replicate and move more of yourself into that model so that you can serve more people, okay? Or whether it's a spiritual teaching or a meditation or a yoga, they all are technologies. It's a technology that you must use. To learn a new phone, you don't just pick it up and start dialing and forget about all the other features. Curiosity leads you to the other features, but you first must learn how to use the phone. Okay, so it's really, really important. And I can see a couple of people just jumping on now. Jason, that's fantastic. Yeah, I totally agree. So there's two things that my rant is covering right now. Dissolve the fault finder in you, because the fault finder entrepreneur will never fully achieve actualized results in their personal life because they're too concerned with helping other people to be perfect because they are feeling insolvent or imperfect themselves. So dissolve that. Number two is get rid of or do your best to evaporate the perpetual questioner. The quality of the question determines the quality of the answer. So what I'd love to invite you into on that one is be very discerning with your questions. If you hear something, take it on board. If you don't hear it, don't worry about it. If you disagree with it, let it go. Don't carry it. But when something aligns with you, back yourself and explore the quality within the information. All right? So when you apply that to your entrepreneurial experience, you personally will grow faster, you will grow deeper in your understanding of your own capabilities, but you will also magnetize to you a greater momentum, a faster tractioning of your ideas and your intention into results. All right? So those two things, hope they helped. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Have a phenomenal Monday evening, wherever you are in the world. Big love. Bye now.